Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek. I hope you can hear me. By the way, I'm supposed to have a spooky image there of me jack-o'-lantern that I've made, but Princess has decided to park herself right in front of it. What's she like? Aren't you? Cheeky monkey, you. She's ignoring me. She's ignoring me as well. Wingrace says, Happy Halloween, and so do I. I say Happy Halloween, or Happy Meowoween, because she's there. You can see me hand. Woo, got two cameras set up. But bless her, bless her. So we'll go back to the regular camera. Go back to my ugly mug. If I can press the buttons right. There we go. Hello, it's me. Right. Right, so welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween. We're doing a Halloween, the original Halloween, 1978, John Carpenter's Halloween. We're doing a watch party. So if you're going to watch along with me, spool up your version of it. Get ready. I've got the counter ready. When I press play, I'm watching my one through Netflix. It's on Netflix in the UK. You might have to watch it through something else, or the DVD, or the Blu-ray, or whatever you've got. File. So we're gonna start that. But before we start, let's have a bit of info, shall we, about Halloween. Thank you, Joshua Kanapka's here. Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Me old cocker spadger. It's obviously John Carpenter's seminal classic from 1978. Keep forgetting to put the. I've switched my screens around, so I usually have me studio thing for StreamYard over here under the camera, and me screen what I'm looking at over here, but I've switched them around today, so I'll be looking all wrong directions. It's John Carpenter's seminal classic, not his first film. I think it's his first film with Dark Star, wasn't it? And then he did Assault on Precinct 13, and then maybe Halloween. Did he do the Elvis one after this? But that was like a TV movie, wasn't it? Anyway, so it's become a classic. Some people say it launched the slasher genre, but it didn't really, did it? It popularized it because it had started earlier with films like Black Christmas and Psycho and the other one, Peeping Tom, films like that. Right, so shall we just get on with it? Shall we just get on with the film? Shall we? Shall we? Yes, we shall. I'll give you. I'll say I've given you a minute to get yourself set up. I'll give you a minute longer. I'll give you some more info. Let's get some info. I'll type it in. We'll look and see what Wikipedia's got to say about Halloween. Where are we? There we go. Now then, budgets and stuff like that. I know it was the most successful independent film until Blair Witch Project. It had a budget of $300,000 to $325,000, and it grossed $70 million at the box office. So, and I think Blair Witch had cost even less than that, didn't it? And grossed like 100 million or whatever, didn't it? But anyway, directed by John Carpenter, written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. She may have been his wife at the time. I don't know. You get actors, not actors, you get directors that seem to marry their producing partners all the time, don't you? So John Carpenter, he may have been married to Deborah Hill, I can't remember. Then he married Adrian Barbeau, didn't he? And then he's also been married to, who else has he been married to? Oh, I can't remember. Somebody else. And then you had James Cameron, who married, oh, crikey, who's he married? Gaylan Hurd, and he's also married, who else? And, oh, God, my brain stopped working. Sarah Connor, he married her, didn't he? And he was married to that director, wasn't he? Who went on to win an Oscar when he didn't. He was up against her, wasn't it? When he had Avatar up for an Oscar and she had The Hurt Locker. I've forgotten the name. She won it, didn't she? Anyway, so there we go. Stars Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, PJ Souls, Nancy Loomis, and several others. Not to mention, my brain's backing in on me again. And Josh Temple's arrived. Yay! What's up, everyone? Never fear, the Joshes are here. Yes, another Josh arrived earlier on today. when they were doing me Assassin's Creed playthrough. Another Josh popped into the chat, but he called himself Joshua. So that's it. Joshuas are bloody everywhere. Anyway, so who were I talking about? Nick Castle. Don't forget Nick Castle, who plays the Shape. So there, right. Anyway, so off we go. So let's just get on with it, shall we? All right. Cinematography by Dean Cundy, who would obviously go on to greatness. Edited by Tommy Wallace, who is Tommy Lee Wallace, who would go on to direct Halloween 3 and Night Night Part 2. And I think he did the It TV movie, didn't he, in 1990. And also edited by Charles Bornstein. Don't know anything about him. Right, and it's 91 minutes long. Right, so let's get on with it, shall we? Let's just press play. Oh, by the way, we're live on YouTube. I better make sure, aren't I? I better make sure. Yes, we are, and we're live on Rumble. Fingers crossed. Yes, we are. We're live on Rumble, and we should be live on Twitch. Yes, we're live on Twitch. I'm going to sneeze. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Anyway, we're live on Twitch. Let me share this. Let me share this. For some reason, if you share Twitch streams on Twitch, sorry, X, not Twitch, not Twitter, X, it gets you likes for some reason. Don't get me followers. But anyway, right. So we'll start the film. Obviously, I'm not going to play the film. As I said, you're going to have to sync up. I'm going to hit play over here and play, on there as well. At the same time, I'm starting it because I know some versions might have different opening, what they call that, studio idents. So they might be different lengths. So I'm starting it from when we get as blank screen and the music begins. So the that bit, the piano. So that's when I'm starting it from. So that's when the counter's going to begin. So right, off we go. Let me get ready. Hopefully you won't hear it because as I said, as you can see, I've got my headphone on. I'm going through the headphones. Hopefully I'll hear it. Hopefully you won't. Let me know if you can. Well, if you're watching it, you will be able to hear it, won't you? Whatever. I know what I'm on about. Right. I mean, tie myself in knots here. Right, we're off. We're ready. Are you ready? Right. Let's see if this works. Right. Right. So, John Carpenter's music. John Carpenter and Alan Howarth, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Mustafa Akkad presents. And there's the pumpkin. There it is. Can't see mine because Princess is still in front of it. Shall we see? Shall we see? I'll show you Princess in front of my pumpkin. There she is, blocking my pumpkin. What are you doing, you naughty? Oh, well, that doesn't go far enough. And Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie. Sorry, I'm missing all the credits because I'm looking at the cat. Anyway, never mind. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, PJ Souls as Linda. We see her boobs later. We're not on here. Here. Featuring Carl Richards and Brian Andrews. No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Screenplay by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. This pumpkin's coming along. Director of photography, Dean Cundy. I always wonder why this pumpkin that they've used in this has got this, as though they've had to cut through the nose to get to the mouth. Why? Pumpkins aren't that hard to carve, have they? I don't know. Music by John Carpenter by himself. Production designer Tommy Lee Wallace. Executive producer Irwin Yablans. Is that how you pronounce it? I have no idea. Produced by the late Deborah Hill. Passed away, didn't she? Quite a few years ago, sadly. And directed by John Carpenter. Right, we're off. We're off and running. Haddonfield, Illinois. It is. Halloween night. Tweak or tweet. I'm just making sure we are going. Yes, we are. Right. Anyway, by the way, if anybody wants to join in and join me on screen, you don't have to be on screen, or you can just have a blank box. But you can join in the talking. The link is in the description. Not in the description, I'm lying. The link is in the chat way up at the top. I pinned it at the top of the chat if anybody wants to join in. Right, so here we are. First person view of somebody looking in a window. This is Michael Myers' sister and her boyfriend. Does he have a name? Maybe he does. I don't know. So they're going upstairs to do stuff. And he must be really quick. He's like 38 seconds, fella. Anyway, the light's gone off. In the time it takes for whoever this is, we know who it is, but whoever this is, to go around the house, go in the kitchen, get a knife, go upstairs, is finished and he's getting dressed and coming back down. In fact, he doesn't even go upstairs, does he? Just goes through the house. Okay. The dark kitchen. Well, there's one bit of this scene coming up that does my head in, and I'll point it out when we get to it. There you go. Big knife. By the way, I think John Carpenter excelled himself with this music. It really works. Because it's simple, and that's all that matters, isn't it? It's simple. It does the job. Right, look, he's got to go now. So have they done it? Or have they just, cuddled? Does it matter? It would if it were Jason. Right. So upstairs he goes. Or they go, whoever it is, whoever this person is that we're getting the first, who's got a GoPro on his head. And we're in what would become known as the old Myers house. Or is it the old Myers place? Right, this is it. He found a mask. What you up to? Oh, you're being naughty, aren't you, princess? Oh, she sat on my PlayStation. At least you can see the. Well, you would if I had it on. Oh, his sister's there. Judith's there in the nude, nearly. Right, the bit's coming that gets on my nerves now. Are you ready? Michael! Oh no, stab, stab, stab. Ah! And then he looks at his arm, stabbing up in the air. Why does he do that? That does my head in. Anyway, he's killed his. Sorry, it's Michael, whoever that is, has killed Judith. Now he's going back downstairs, breathing heavily. We find out who this is in a moment, and then you think, and you look back, you think, that was a tall kid. Spoilers. Anyway, some people have arrived. We presume it's Michael's mum and dad. They pull his mask off, and we see it's a little kid, a 6-year-old boy. And they're just looking at him. He's holding the bloody knife. But like it's a tiny kid. But all the views that we saw in the house were of like from an adult's perspective, height and all that. Looked a bit to me anyway. The cameraman, basically. Could be as high as Dean Cundy, I presume. Right. Then we cut to present day. Because this was in 1963, by the way. All that were in 1963, you want it. Then we cut to present day. October 30, well, 97, not present day, October 30th, 1978. This is where we meet the late great Donald Pleasance. There he is, and the nurse, whose name I've forgotten. He's playing Dr. Loomis, isn't he, as Donald Pleasance? And of course, the nurse would return, wouldn't she, in the new Halloween films? And she would also in was she in Halloween H2O? Was it that one, or was it Halloween Resurrection? I think it was H2O, wasn't it? She got killed in that. And he's calling Michael and it. Oh, hang on. Something gone wrong. No, still going. We're still fine as far as I can tell. Oh, it just come up on the thing saying, "Can't post comments to some destinations." I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, something's happened, hasn't it? Somebody's let the inmate patients, somebody's let the patients out in the teams of rain. It'd be interesting to know what happened, wouldn't it? 'Cause we don't actually find out ever. "Hello, alien, Samhain," yes. Or as Dr. Loomis would say in, I think, the second one, Samhain. Samhain, isn't it? And he's jumped up on the roof. Or is this where we see the metal thing on his hand in a minute when he smashes the window? If you're quick, you can see he's got a metal bit on his hand. Yes. I say the pinned comment at the top of the chat on YouTube has got the link, got the StreamYard link if you want to join in. Oh, thank you, Alien. Gained a new sub. That's a scary um, picture you've got there. Profile picture of an angry cat. My cat's sitting on my PlayStation 5 now. Right. Next day, Haddonfield, and then it morphs into Halloween. Ooh. Let me test something. Let me test something. Oh, no. Oh, yes, it does work. Right, that was just a test in the chat, by the way. Just make sure I could post things, and I can. We never see him again, do we? Laurie's dad. I don't think we do anyway. Do we? The realtor. Right. So this is supposed to be Haddonfield, Illinois, but I'm sure, I think is it somewhere in the background in one of the shots you could see your palm trees and stuff? Because it was filmed in Los Angeles, wasn't it? And it's supposed to be in autumn, so they kept, like, scattering dead leaves and stuff, but it's you can see by the trees in the background, it's obviously spring or summer or whenever. Not autumn anyway. Oh, cheers, Josh. That's, good to know. I say in my new if I do my news stream or whatever, or any other things, I'll put the link in the chat, and if anybody wants to join in, they can do. Yeah, it's the old Myers place. But he's in there, look, he's watching. What are you up to? You be naughty. Cheers. So that's it now. He's targeted her because we don't know that she's his sister, depending which timeline you're going with. She's either his sister or she isn't. But in the timeline that links with the new Halloween films, he's just picked her just because she were there, and that's it. She went to the house, and so now he's decided he's going to get her eventually. Um, no, no, there isn't a link to watch the film. Sorry. You can join in, come on screen here with me and talk about it. But I say I'm watching the film, and I say I've got my counter going there, so you can sync up with me if you've got a copy of the film. But I haven't got a link to play the film because YouTube would boot me off, wouldn't they? Anyway, we're up to Laurie's in the classroom now, and she looks out the window in a minute. You see the counter, my stupid body in the way. Look, he's there. Look, he's watching. Has he got the? Oh yes, it does mention it. Because he's got the mask, hasn't he? But it does mention when we see the sheriff. He mentions that some stuff was stolen, wasn't it, from the store? A bunch of masks or something. He says. Yes, they're talking about Michael Fate, and he's a natural. He's like a shark. He's been described as being like a shark, and it's her fate to encounter Michael Myers. The shape. Behave yourself. Told him talking to the cat. Ah, little Tommy's got his big pumpkin. Why has he got it at school? I have no idea. But it gets broken by these bullies. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. By the way, we didn't get any trick or treaters tonight. Not a one. Got me bloody dish full of sweeties. That kid gets off easy, doesn't he? Running into Nick Castle. Nick Castle, of course, playing Michael Myers in this, sorry, The Shape, would go on to direct, among other things, The Last Starfighter, which is a great film in and of itself, which I'll probably do on Magnificent Mondays one day. So why hasn't he been picked up by the police? He's driving this car around, and I'm told they put like an APB out on that car with that registration. Surely it'd been seen by now. So he's stalking Tommy, because obviously Tommy were at the house as well, so that's how he knows him. Anyway, yes, so do I. This is a bit of a coincidence, this bit, isn't it? Where we see Loomis is in the phone booth. Um, I think he's phoning the sheriff at Haddonfield. For some reason, he's going back home to Haddonfield. And then just happens to be here where Michael got his clothes from. Just a train's going past. Now, is this a bit of what they call it? I can't remember what they call it now. Where the train just happens to go past. Was that planned? Did they know it were coming, or is it production value? Quote. Anyway, right, so he knows Michael's got some clothes now. And then we see the. I think is this John Carpenter? This is it? Maybe not. Don't know. I saw somebody say that dead body was John Carpenter, but it didn't look much like him to me. But it might have been. It's 1978. It doesn't look like he does now. So now here we're meeting PJ Souls. I've forgotten the bloody names of the characters. I'm going to have to get it back up again. Totally. Linda. And I think we're going to meet. Yes, we're going to meet Nancy. Nancy Loomis. Coincidentally, got the same name as Dr. Loomis, but Nancy Loomis as what's her face? Oh, my brain. Annie Brackett, the daughter of the sheriff. Oh, she forgot a chemistry book, did Laurie. What does kick off in your link mean? Well, kicking off. Causing trouble. That's what it means. Because some people do it for fun, don't they? Cause trouble online. That's what it means. Plus, if you can hear fireworks, somebody's got some fireworks going off outside. Right, so they see Michael Myers and she shouted at him, "Speed kills," and he slammed on the brakes. Oh, pardon me. Just says, not a phrase I was familiar with, so I just wondered. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was a general term that everybody in the world knew. Yeah, it just means to kick off, just means to, to cause trouble. Hang on. We're in the use. That means to begin or start. All right. Is this where we're coming to the scene where we see John Carpenter's cigarette smoke? Because there's a. Is this? Does he still smoke? Because there's an amazing advert for how cigarettes won't kill you, isn't it? Because he's a chain smoker, isn't he? Or he used to be. If you're watching this, I hope you are. I hope somebody's, and in sync with me. Oh, there's Michael. Look. By the way, there's a good video on YouTube by the Grim Life Collective going to all the locations for Halloween. So look that up. That's fun. Where's he gone? He's like Jason. He can teleport. There we go. A bit of smoke there. We saw it there. Then did you see it? John Carpenter's cigarette smoke. Shouldn't be allowed to smoke while you're filming, John. So did he run off? He like stepped back behind the privet hedge or whatever the hedge it is, and then dashed off really quickly. He must have done. He's round back of that house now, into. That's where he is. And then there's a jump scare, proper jump scare. With Sheriff Brackett being kind of creepy. Sheriff Brackett, of course, played by Charles Cyphers, who's been in stuff, but I can't remember. You know what I'm like. And it looks like it's been raining suddenly because all the paving stones and things are wet. Must have been a shower. Right, so she's home now. She's home now. I think this house. Are you up to Princess being naughty again? I don't know if this is the interior of that house that she just walked into. It probably makes sense. Oh, there we see Michael amongst the washing, and then he's gone again. Teleported while she was looking. It wasn't a case of that she looked away and he disappeared. It just that the camera looked away, but she didn't, and then he vanished. So everything vanished before her very eyes. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say now. I think this house, in real life, the people that live there put out, because it's obviously fans come and visit it, particularly at Halloween, and they put things out, the owners of the house, put jack-o'-lanterns out and stuff for people to use and take pictures with. So Annie's, yeah, Annie. They're gonna pick her up. Where from? I mean, why? She only lives a few doors down, so I don't bloody know. Anyway, she's got a pumpkin now. Oh, she won't drop hers like Tommy did. By the way, I had my pumpkin in the window earlier on, but obviously it must have scared off the trick-or-treaters rather than drawing them here. Actually, I think it's this house on the corner here where she's sitting, waiting for Annie. I think it's that house that we can see behind her now that fans flock to. Look, she just runs out into the road, doesn't look both ways. She could have got run over. Right, she's going to smoke some drugs now. See, nowadays, if this were made now, obviously with Laurie, she'd have been the Puritan. She'd have refused that, wouldn't she? But no, she's not all sweet and innocent, is Laurie. She smokes drugs, married Joanna. Right, Dr. Loomis has arrived at the cemetery for some reason. Why is Loomis checking Judith Myers' grave? Does he just have a hunch that Michael's going to do something to it? No idea. You see, the headstone's disappeared. Is it going to turn up again later in the film? Yeah, well, you know that. But why? You'd think first place he'd check is the old Myers place, wouldn't he? Not Judith Myers' grave. I don't get it. Oh, look, Michael's chasing it. Well, following them. They've picked up a tail. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis and Nancy Loomis would feature in um, John Carpenter's next film, The Fog, which is a good film as well. Ah, yes, this is where we learn that somebody's broken into the this store and stolen some masks and stuff, haven't they? Yeah. So this is where we learn where he's got his mask from. His William Shatner mask. He can smell it. Does he use the rope, or did he use it? Did he use it for the gravestone? I don't know. And don't do drugs. Too late. Loomis has arrived. His ear looks behind him. So he doesn't even know Michael's right there behind him in the car, watching as he drives past. He's oblivious. Of course he could. He's not an idiot. Or is he? She likes I forgot his name now. Ben I forgot his name. There we go, Ben Tramer. She likes Ben Tramer, who meets a sticky end, I think, in Halloween 2, doesn't he? I think it's Ben Tramer that gets hit with the car and explodes. And he stayed in character. You've picked up a tail, Laurie and Nancy. Not Nancy, Annie. I mean, he's been a bit brazen, isn't he? Is Michael. So Michael's chosen Laurie and Tommy because they were at his house, but he decides to go and sort out Annie first for some reason. Don't know why. Don't know why. Is she just a distraction? Does he like her? I don't know. Maybe. How's the pumpkin doing? Let's have a look. It's fine. That candle's lasting a while in there. I better go back to the other because that's got the timestamp on, hasn't it? Right, so they need to check out the old Myers place to get the Scooby Gang in. Let's split up and search for clues. Velma, Daphne, and I will check out the bedrooms. Shaggy and Scoob check out the creepy basement. Like, why do we always have to check out the creepy basement, Fred? Rare. Did they actually show it in this? I don't know if they do. I don't think they do they? He's been eating a a dog. But I think they show it in Halloween 2, I think. I think they do. Hey, Michael's not a man. He eats dogs. No Vietnam quips, please. Josh says, basement, always where the best cuddling takes place. I've never lived in a house with a basement. I haven't. Never. So I wouldn't know. And of the people I know, uh, my friend, my best friend, Simon, he used to live in a house with a basement, and that's the only person I know that's ever had a basement. And all he did was throw rubbish into it. But now he lives somewhere else without a basement. Yeah. Jump scare. I should have done a counter, shouldn't I? The jump scares. The cat. Sorry, I'm just distracted. The cat's on my PlayStation. It's only on there because there's a gap on top of my PlayStation now. Because these usually live on top of my PlayStation, and now she's seen a gap. She's got to fill it, hasn't she? Bloody cats. Anyway, we're learning about what Dr. Loomis is so scared of Michael Myers, that he's just pure evil from the age of 6 to the age of now, which is 20. Well, he's 21 now, isn't he? In this, well, they haven't been doing a good job of keeping their eyes open, have they? Because he's been driving around town all day and wandering about in a William Shatner mask. It's a film that's on Disney Plus at the moment, which I didn't know about, but I've learned today. So I might watch that later. It's not even looking at you. Sorry, the dog's barking at Annie, but it's not. And of course, young, whatever the hell she's called, is in the new Halloween films, all grown up, the same actress. Well, you've got away with it, um, Laurie, because he gets killed later. Now we get Tommy going, "Oh, it's the boogeyman." Just sees somebody standing there, and he immediately thinks it's the boogeyman. Just Tommy being a little shit. Ooh, got a numble. He's watching. You can hear him breathing. He's watching Annie, the character, not the film. He's not going to start singing, is he? The sun'll come out tomorrow. Right, so an excuse to see Nancy Loomis with few clothes on. Oh my! Clumsy Michael. Oh, there, the dog now. And as we know, he likes dogs, but he couldn't eat a full one. He's just been murdered. Poor doggy. Ah, look. Throttled the dog to death. I presume he's throttled the dog to death. Right, now they're watching, It Came, no, The Thing from Another World. So obviously John Carpenter then would go on to remake it, wouldn't he, in The Thing. We see the opening titles that he would recreate. Well, not John Carpenter would, but, the other fella, what's his name now? Got to look that up now. Peter Curran, that's what I'm thinking of. Peter Curran did the Thing opening titles in John Carpenter's The Thing with bin liners, but that's another film. But whatever. And he's going to wash her clothes. What did she spill on them anyway? I wasn't actually paying attention. But something that was enough for her to have to wash her entire wardrobe. Oh, Michael's watching her. Doodle-doo. And she uses Tide. That used to be a brand in the UK as well. My mum used to use Tide. I don't know if it's still going. Oh, pardon me. And then she's locked herself in the washroom. This is where we think she's going to get got. Did we just see so I thought, I'm gonna have to check that later on that timestamp. What was it? 47, about 47 minutes in. There was something in the background. Did we see something duck out of the way behind the couch? You know, a member of the crew, maybe or something. I did see something. I'm sure I did. Windress says Tide is one of the biggest brands here. Yeah, it used to be a big brand here as well. I don't know if it's still going or not. We have brands like Ariel and Bold, and I can't think of any other. And here we see Annie with her bottom hanging out the window. Ooh, look at that kid's face. She's doomed. Annie is, I mean, both literally and figuratively. Did she must have hung up the phone before then, because it's just rung again. I thought she just put it down, I didn't think she hung up, but never mind. Oh, did you see him then? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yes, he's there, look. He's there in the background watching, and now he's gone. That's how when the camera moves off him, he like run off really fast, doesn't he? And now on the telly in the background is Forbidden Planet, another classic. She's very brave, isn't it? She's just walking about with just a shirt on and a bit of a shawl around, but, showing the knickers off to everybody. I mean, John Carpenter, he says I think he has said that, you know, Michael Myers is like a force of nature, he's like a shark just going after his prey. But he ain't really, he's been quite deliberate, isn't he? You know, his size, it's casing the joint, isn't he? Don't have ever seen Forbidden Planet. What? I find that very hard to believe. The best films ever made, in my opinion. Classic. I've got it on HD DVD. Remember them? Watching you, Princess. Be naughty there on my PlayStation. Right. So Laura's got to look after two kids now while the Annie goes off to debauch Halloween night away. Or she would do if she didn't get murdered to death. And yes, Forbidden Planet. Almost a big inspiration for Star Trek, wasn't it? All right. When she gets the keys, When she gets back in the car, she sees the windows fogged up, don't she? Women shouldn't whistle, it's unseemly. That's what my mum always used to say. She'd just say, women shouldn't whistle, it's unseemly. The doors, see, it's open. She's dead thick, isn't she? She just went back for the keys and the door's open. So did he shimmy the lock or jimmy the lock, or whatever the bloody hell the term is, and then breathed in the car, and now he's throttling her. Throttling her and breathing heavy. I mean, no wonder it's steamed up in there, but not in a good way, not in a Titanic steamed up way, handprint and all that. Leo and, Kate. Did he? I think he cut her throat then, didn't he? Did he? I don't know what he did. He did something, didn't he? Yes, not Hardyween. Is that because they would be Negan? I'd say that's a reference that's gone over my head. I know who Negan is from Walking Dead, but anyway. Still watching Forbidden Planet. The ship's coming into land on Altair 4, I think it's Altair 4. The United Planets Cruiser C-57D, which you see again, well, you see the name C-57D in Serenity, that film, the Firefly film. Now Tommy's trying to scare Lindsay, and then he scares himself because he's a stupid little freak. Sorry, he just did. Oh, right, right, whistling. All right, yes. Negan from they're always whistling. Right. Sorry, obviously a deep cut that went beyond me. Do you see Whale of Yutani as well? Oh, right, I didn't notice that one. Is that in Firefly or in Serenity? Or both? I don't know. We're back at the old Myers place where Loomis is going to scare some kids now, isn't he? Here we are. Lonnie. He's going to scare Lonnie, isn't he? Hey, Lonnie, get your ass out of here. Well, Donald Pleasant's putting on an American accent. Better at it than me. It's in the pilot. The logo is on one of the big guns Malice found in the battle where they lost. Oh, the Battle of Serenity Valley. All right. To look for that next time I watch it. Oh me. Well, yeah, I suppose people have watched they'll have the DVD set like I have. You watch it in the proper order. This would be interesting, wouldn't it? Anyway, Halloween. Still lurking around the Myers house is Loomis. But now I forgot the name already. That's Linda. Linda and her boyfriend, who have no idea what his name is. And there's a bit like, cutie fans talk there, where they're talking about ripping a little girl's clothes off. Creepy as F, WTF and all that. Dump him. So is there the plan then? So what were the plan? I'm confused now. They're going to where Nancy Loomis was, Annie, but she were going to go. Was she going to go and pick up her boyfriend and bring him back here? I think she was, wasn't she? Anyway, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think it being in close proximity to Michael for 15 years has driven him mental, hasn't it? Anyway, they're going to get down to it. Is Linda and her chap, who I don't like, but luckily he gets stabbed to death, magically pinned to a wall somehow. But we'll get to that in a bit. In a bit. There, Michael's watching. He's thinking if Jason was seeing this, he'd have sorted them out instantly. I'm just checking, make sure there's no chat messages on Rumble that they're in. I should have had some popcorn, shouldn't I? I've got some. I could have made eating popcorn. Bit sweet and salted. Can't go wrong. Yes, he is more of a force of nature than Michael Myers, isn't he? And that mysterious man from Twitch is Archmage Frey. Is as close to Rumble as I get, or is it Rumble? Lol. I don't know now. I've got to check. No, it's still got an E on the end. Hey. So where does Michael got Judith's headstone stashed in the meantime? Don't know. Look at mess they've made. Made a right mess. Beer cans all over. Just it's somebody else's house. They deserve everything that's coming to them. Yes, Michael hasn't gone to space, so Jason wins. Yeah, should have done that, shouldn't they? Halloween X. I mean, you could have. Hang on. Oh, look, Michael's there. In space, no can hear you trick or treat. No, they can't. So it'll just be tricks then, won't it? Ditto an original viewing of Firefly. Good times. My dad used to video record everything and notice the episode numbers were off. Yeah, because they famously broadcast them in the wrong order, didn't they? By the way, if you're watching along with me, you can see PJ Soul's boobs in a bit. But, in fairness, I've got bigger boobs than PJ Soul. He said the words, didn't he? I'll be right back. What does PJ stand for in PJ Souls? Do we know? Pamela Jane Souls. That's what it stands for. Right. Thanks, Wikipedia. Right. This is where whatever he's called gets his comeuppance for what he said about the little girl whose name I've forgotten again. And this is where we see how strong Michael is. I mean, we knew he was strong because he's just lugged the bloody gravestone up and down, hasn't he? But we see how strong he is in a minute. There you go. Picks this fella up with one hand. There you go. And somehow that knife pins him to the wall. God knows how. Maybe it's longer than it looked. Maybe when he held it up, maybe there's a bit of foreshortening going on. But look, that wouldn't even go through him, would it? Or maybe he'd put super glue on his shirt or something when they weren't looking. Nasty fellows such as that always get their comeuppance, always, yes. Well, they should do. Right. Oh, look. Who's this going to be? You can't say Michael Myers hasn't got a sense of humour, because he has. Yes, that's a knife. Is that what Crocodile Dundee'd say? There we go. Boobies. Bob. Bob. Bob who's just being got. I'm sure this Netflix edit is edited. It seems to have cut off her chest somewhat. Yes, damn you, Netflix. Curses. And your Puritan ways. It could be a case. I don't know. Is it that maybe I originally saw it in a full screen? Because sometimes the 4:3 versions of stuff, you can see things lower down the screen, can't you, before the rather than the widescreen version. Yes, release the booby cut. Oh dear. As I said, I've got bigger boobs than PJ Souls. Not that you want to see mine. Right, so Lottie's thinking something's up now, and she'd be right. And the kids are fast asleep. Two kids, they won't be fast asleep, would they? They'd be playing and probably just pretending. Probably just pretending to be asleep, and as soon as she's out the room, they're doing stuff. What kids do, not naughty things. Anyway, whatever. Back to Loomis. He's still at the old Myers place, and then he just notices now. How long's he been there? Just turns around and notices the car there that Michael stole, and then he just goes running down the street. He's running down the street to the car. Yes, he is. Oh, right. Because when he showed it, it was like there, but now he's gone running down the street, sort of like half a mile nearly. It's sort of like telescopic vision. Yeah, spilling water. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't you be knocking things off, you. Behave yourself. Right, so she's going to go investigate. Look at my arm. Look, can you see? There, hang on. Bruises there. They took blood off me yesterday when I went to the doctors. Really big bruises on my arms. The butchers. Behave. Yes, they're going to clone me. That's what they're going to do. Well, they're going to clone all. Well, not clone all of us. They've got my blood filed away so that for whatever reason. What? What's matter? Yeah, what's matter? Look, she's there. Look, the people watching the thing can see you now. Yeah? Yes, you. Get the lug oils. Oh dear. Going to be like a real life version of The Island, a movie that I love and people hate. I think it's a really good film. I think it's Michael Bay's best film. And to be honest, I think it's the most unlike Michael Bay film that he did because it's a pretty straightforward, sci-fi adventure film, isn't it? From what I remember, I've seen it for a long time, but it's pretty good. Pretty good film. I like The Island. Didn't they get sued? Because it was similar to another film, wasn't it, from the 70s? The Clonus Horror or something like that. Which I'm not sure if I've seen. I can't remember. Anyway, Nan Laurie's going into the other house over the road. Um, I forgot the name of it. The Wallace house. The little girl's called Lindsay, by the way. She's gone into the Wallace house. Obviously, he's moved Bob. Oh, he has. Yes, yes. So Bob's not hanging there anymore. We find out where he is soon, and we find out what Michael has done with Judith's headstone, don't we? Oh, you're lying back down again. Yeah, you'd be sorry. I prefer the Gromit house, Wallace and Gromit. Although Wallace's house is pretty good, isn't it? All his inventions that he's getting out of bed stuff and just gets dressed, doesn't he? And has porridge thrown at him. Morning, Gromit. Porridge today, Tuesday. Wensleydale. I'm ruining all the tension doing um, Peter Sallis impression. The late great Peter Sallis. Come on, let's do the big dun dun dun. There we go. So why has he put Annie there? And yes, he did cut her throat. You can see the line where he cut her throat. Why has he put Annie there and not the other one, Linda? Don't know. With Judith Headstone, if you're not watching. There's Bob hanging, and here we see Linda in the other cupboard in a minute, looking dead. With an expression on her face. Now we get one of the best shots in cinema history. Here we go. I think she sinks down, doesn't she? Then she gets back up, and oh no, we see him there. Look, and apparently it took them ages just to get that just right, the right amount of light and stuff, just so you could just make him out. Right, so he's after Laurie now. She's the final girl. I mean, could it be argued that this is the film that invented the final girl? Because I can't remember if like Black Christmas had a final girl. I don't think it was that sort of a slasher film, was it? He's looking cool now, but he's actually oh no, he's actually got his arm stuck. You're streaming all the Halloween movies in order, right? Yes, every single one. No, I'm not. I'm just doing this one. Not being up here, not being up all night doing this. I bet somebody's doing it though somewhere. I bet somewhere on YouTube there's somebody streaming all the Halloween films. I bet they started at midnight earlier, whatever time the time zone they're in. I bet there is. See, that nobody's listening because I think it's trick or treaters. They're trying to, they're tricking because we didn't give them anything. We told them to bugger off. So they're all ignoring her. Yes, I know. It's like when you get home innit, and you're down for a wee or something, you're down for the toilet. Can't get your keys out fast enough, can you? He's coming slowly and deliberately. Right. Yes, Tommy, the boogeyman is real because he's got the boogie, but you got to blame it on the boogie, basically. Don't blame it on the sunshine or the moonlight. You blame it on the boogie. Can hear him breathing. See, she's making out look that she's scared and stuff, but really she's seeking out weapons and straight in look, knitting needle straight in the neck. Tell she's a born killer. Is Laurie Strode slash Laurie Myers. Josh says, well, I'm off home now. Have a freaking good time. Everyone and other Josh, keep being you. Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween, Josh Temple. And thanks for popping in and saying hello. And have a good rest of Halloween and, rest of everything. Thank you very much. Don't forget, like the video on your way out. Poor Sheriff Brackett doesn't know his daughter's in the Wallace house, lying on a bed with Judith Myers' headstone perched precariously. I mean, it's on the bed, isn't it? Any minute it could like just squash you. Babies. No, because he's there. Look, he's coming up the stairs. Did new Josh from the pirate stream show up? I've not noticed. I don't think so. Unless it were alien thing. I don't know. I don't know. But if you're there, Josh from I forgot what he called himself, Joe Ho or whatever, Joshua from the stream earlier on my Assassin's Creed stream. If you're watching, hello and welcome. And if you're not, why not? Anyway, we're getting near the end of the film now. Michael's somehow struggling with this flimsy closet door when we've seen him like smash through other doors. Now he's making way. He's got the light on. See, now she's terrified, but she can fashion a weapon out of a coat hanger. That'd be the last thing I'd be thinking of. Oh, he's like MacGyver, but a murderous one. Then she just stabs him right in the eye, makes him drop the knife, and then she stabs him with a knife. Oh yeah, obviously he's not dead, is he? 'Cause they never are. Oh, pardon me. I would watch a Blumhouse MacGyver. You know, I've never seen MacGyver. I haven't seen the new version. I never saw the Richard Dean Anderson version either. Never saw it. Let's just yes, oh no, he's sitting up. He's sitting up is the shape. I drew that picture actually, that shot. I drew it on me. I like to draw occasionally. It was famously anti-gun. He even got awards for promoting not using guns, which I find funny considering Stargate. Yes, all they did was shoot guns, wasn't it? as Jack O'Neill. Anyway, Michael's got up again after she stabbed him in the gut and stabbed him in the eye and stabbed him in the neck. And now he's got her. Now he's throttling her. And I think she pulls his mask off, doesn't she? Does she? Yes, and we get a quick view of him. And he looks pretty normal, to be honest. And then Loomis shoots him and he disappears into the bedroom. Can hear him breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a cartoon hitting the ground sound effect. And it was the boogeyman. As a matter of fact, it was. But is that the end? Because he goes to have a look out the window. And of course, he's not there. There should have just been a shit, think of depression in the grounds or like, hang on, like that. Where he landed on the ground, didn't they? Like Wile E. Coyote or something. That's what there should have been. And now Loomis is thinking, what's he looking up in the sky for? Has he flown away? Oh dear. So anyway, now we're hearing his breathing because he's still around somewhere. His essence is now in Haddonfield somewhere, showing all the houses. He is there. And as Wingrave says, they never made another Halloween again. We're a one and done. Which one it was supposed to be, wasn't it? John Carpenter didn't want to do the sequel. He didn't want to do Halloween 2. They were pressured into it with money. Um, so you know, he rattled off a script, didn't he, for Halloween 2, and, I can't remember who directed it. Somebody else directed Lawrence Rosenthal directed it. I think it's Lawrence Rosenthal, something like that. But, anyway, I like 2. I like 2. Um, so now it splits off, doesn't it? You either follow the timeline of, hang on. You either follow the I can just pause it now, don't I? Nothing happens at the end, does it? So I can get out of it, 'cause you can't hear it. If you want to watch it in your version to the end, fair enough. I'll keep playing. Um, there's 2 timelines now, isn't there? That you either go to the modern one that starts with Halloween 2018. Yeah, you're gonna knock that off, aren't you? What are you doing? And a little controller off top of the PlayStation. Music performed by the Bowling Green Philharmonic Orchestra. What you mean performed by John Carpenter? Um, the nostalgia being so hot now, I'm surprised they haven't tried the Season of the Witch sequel. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But yeah, it splits off now, doesn't it? So either you follow that timeline from the modern ones, or you carry on with these from which carries on the next night, well, the same night, doesn't it? Where they take Laurie off to hospital, and Michael follows her to hospital, doesn't he? And, murders people, including poor Pamela Susan Shoop as the sexy nurse. Boils her to death, doesn't he, in this jacuzzi thing. Hot tub, that's what I'm thinking of. Right, so that's that done. Right, I can get rid of that. Right, so there we go. That's the end of, John Carpenter's Halloween. That's it. It's classic film, classic film. But, that's it. I like all the Halloween films in their own way. I haven't seen the later ones in the original timeline. I've seen them, but I haven't seen them for a long time. Got the box set up there. I should get round to it. But I'd say I like the second one. I liked Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. We did it, didn't we? And Appointment with Fear a while ago. I don't know if maybe we did it at Halloween last year. I can't actually remember. I don't think we did. But I liked that one because it was, a bit of sci-fi in as well, wasn't it? Bad sci-fi, but it was in there with the like clockwork people. And also a bit of like Nigel Neal, Quatermassey type stuff with the Stonehenge and all that going on, and ancient magic and all that stuff. I like that one. And then, of course, they brought Michael Myers back for Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, which were fine. It was fine. And then they went on a bit of a weird course then, didn't it? Because it had what was it, the Thorn cult and all that, where it kind of got all mystical and weird, didn't it? And then they were the first kind of reboot then, weren't they, with H2O, Halloween H2O, weren't they, after them, which forgot all those, and I think it followed on from the second one, didn't it, after the second one. And I like H2O, I think it's pretty good. It's of its time. It's like a horror film from that time, isn't it? Scream. I know what you did last summer. That it has that glossy feel to it, doesn't it? Um, um, Season of the Witch was just a Friday. I don't know what you mean. Anyway. But yeah, H2O were alright. And to be honest, I quite liked Halloween Resurrection. Apart from, I forgot his name now, Buster Rhymes, who I think his head's an animatronic. He doesn't look real, but Happy Halloween, MFer. But they're all fun in their own way. They're all fun in their own way. And then came the reboot, didn't it, from 2018? I liked the first one and the second one. I liked Halloween and Halloween Kills, but I thought Halloween Ends were crap. I didn't like that at all. It had some good kills in it though, to be honest. But I didn't like the story. I didn't like it. So, but at least it was. You can say it was different. It was different, wasn't it? So anyway. So right, that's it. We're done. We're done. We can leave it there. I can go and relax. I might go and watch The Boogeyman now. Actually, there's a new film. Well, from this year that's on Disney Plus. It might be on Hulu over there. I don't know, but it's on Disney Plus here. Oh right. Oh, season it was just a Friday, as in Appointment with Fear. Sorry, yeah. I'm dense. It takes me ages to twig things. Right, yeah. So it wasn't a Halloween. It was just a regular episode. I don't know if we had a special one at Halloween last year. I mean, did we? Were I even doing it at Halloween? I can't remember. I don't know what the date the first one we did it on. Let's have a look. I'll go to my channel and check me my playlists. By the way, they're all my videos, or most of my videos, especially stuff that in the continuing series, I have playlists of. So just thought I'd let you know. So if you could check my playlist, they're all in there. The first one was Quatermass in the Pit. I'm going to see, does it have a date on it? Shut up. Me. It just says 1 year ago. I'm going to have to check the. No, it doesn't say. I'd have to check the in the studio and see what it says there. Just a minute. I'm just curious now. I want to know what date I started it on. There we go. Right. Does it say? Does it say what day to put it up on? Why aren't it telling me? Why aren't it telling me? Why don't it say the day to put it on? Just bear with me. I'll try that again. Quatermass. Yeah, but if I click on it, it just goes to that. I don't want to go to that. Oh, well, never mind. It says a year ago, so it's round about this time, isn't it? So anyway, whatever. Anyway, right. So I'm going to leave it there now. So anyway, because everybody's saying Happy Halloween to one and all. They're trying to say, bugger off, go and do something. So right. So I'm going to do something now. Right. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did watch along, if you're just listening to me babbling on as the film happened in the background for me, well, thanks for staying the course. Thanks Joshua Kanapke and Win Grace and Josh Temple and Alien. Where are we? Down there. AYY Alien. Thanks for popping in. And fortunately, nobody took up the offer to come into the stream, but never mind. I'll do that. I'll do that every time I do a live stream now. I think I'll put the link in the chat. Don't be too scared. I might be. Depends what I'm watching. Anyway, right. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. And wherever you are, don't have nightmares. Look after each other. And until next time, what's next time? Tomorrow, I'll be doing my news stream. Friday is a normal appointment with Fear. We're doing She Creature. So until then, I'll see thee.